Dairy is a part of our everyday diet, from what we drink to what we eat. But how can we ensure that what we're putting into our body is actually healthy for us? Sourced from the best farms. This is the 2016 Erasmus Challenge and where LEAP comes into play. Our group has put together a detailed three-pronged initiative to address these issues and bring forth a business model that would be attractive to both Friesland Campina and their farmers. Our Loyalty, Education, and Promotion Program, or LEAP, aims to encourage FC farmers to farm more responsibly and produce better products through the integration of education programs, higher frequency payment programs, and prepaid services that will enrich the lives of the animals on the farm, for example, veterinary services and training programs. LEAP, one small step forward for FC, one giant leap for farmers and sustainable practices worldwide. Before we jump into explaining our three initiatives, we want to address the issues at hand and state our main objectives for this project. Given volatile market environments, we will need to go back to long-term decision-making. Our objective is to make it attractive for farmers to invest in sustainable farming methodologies that encourage biodiversity. Sustainable farming requires a substantial amount of investments as well as effort to maintain. The challenge lies to shifting focus away from just profit maximization alone to a more balanced approach. The first step in LEAP is creating a greater sense of belonging amongst the thousands of farmers working hard for FC on a daily basis. To create loyalty and commitment to the sustainability goals of FC is to intrinsically motivate these farmers to engage in sustainable farming practices that encourage biodiversity. The current profit-sharing model places heavy emphasis on numbers. The higher the revenue, the better. This kind of model may entice farmers to focus solely on profit maximization through excessive production of dairy products, rather than farming in a sustainable and responsible way. We utilize Adderfer's ERG theories to come up with a cost-sharing model which aligns farmers' values with FC's. Cost sharing is a multi-party arrangement under which costs of a project or program are shared by the involved parties according to mutual consensus. Being a capital-intensive business, we can create subsidies and rewards programs for farming-related investments that are contingent on continued sustainable farming practices by the farmers. These investment subsidies can cover a range of necessary farming machinery, equipment, and even maintenance overheads. We can also provide interest-free or low-interest loans to farmers from an internal treasury account contingent on sustainability and biodiversity performance. This treasury can be built from profits gained rather than redistributing them through a profit-sharing scheme. Through this cost-sharing model, farmers will feel a greater sense of security, relatedness, and growth through our involvement and interest in their overall financial well-being and day-to-day business expenses, which will hopefully in turn pave the way for transitioning towards sustainability and biodiversity. The second step in the implementation of LEAP is better education for our farmers. Once properly educated on sustainability and biodiversity, the 19,000 member farmers of Friesland Campina will be able to share information between one another, make them the most educated farmers worldwide. FC must encourage farmers' knowledge in these areas and help them adopt practices that are profitable, environmentally sustainable, and improve quality of life. FC could create projects to educate farmers, like workshops or evidence of other farmers producing in a sustainable way. Every month, an education day could be organized in a major Dutch city. The farmers will be able to attend annual conventions where they can not only give each other advice on new technology, but also sustainability practices. Education can create benefits such as increased efficiency, reduced harm to the environment, reduced food contamination, reduced need for water and chemicals for crops, and increased profit for the business. In order to properly implement the new education efforts, Friesland Campina must invest in a centralized location where the annual convention can be held and where farmers can meet to give each other advice and share experiences. FC will also require human resources, but more specifically, they will require intellectual human resources. A person with exceptional knowledge of farming will be needed to hold the conferences. FC should consider trying to set up a partnership with an agricultural expert from a well-known and well-respected university. The last step in our LEAP program is promoting sustainability and biodiversity, which is at the forefront of what FC stands for. As part of our initiative, it is critical to recognize and promote the significance of biodiversity since we believe it is the basis of everything that we as a company are working towards. The key initiatives of promotion is to help farmers recognize and be knowledgeable about the importance of biodiversity on their farms, which will provide healthier animals and higher quality products. For FC, this means consumers will have cleaner and greener products that in turn will boost the company's image and overall competitive advantage. We will complete this in 3 steps. The first is to provide the necessary tools for farmers to increase biodiversity within their farmland. Second is to train the farmers on how to use these tools and implement biodiversity practices. And third is establishing a partnership with the Center for Biological Diversity, an NGO whose mission is to promote biodiversity and create sustainable long-term plans for farmers. In conclusion, our loyalty, education, and promotion program will provide FC and farmers a mutual beneficial business model that will not only boost the well-being of farmers and their products, but also establish a long-term relationship between both parties. By implementing our program, Foods and Campina can maximize the economic value for biodiversity across our 19,000 farms worldwide.